Hello, my beautiful ladies. Today I want to talk about if I wanted to heal, I needed to learn how to stay in my own lane. So what do I mean by this? When I had hit my rock bottom, and if you haven't seen that video, I'll link it in the description box below. There's a part 1 and part 2 to the video. And it's very raw and vulnerable. But I felt like it needed to be shared because so many women that I have spoken to have been going through some version of what I went through. And I just wanted them to know that they're not alone and they're not crazy. And yes, we go through things in life that bring us what feels like down to our knees. And sometimes we have to learn how to build ourselves back up. So what does learning how to stay in my own lane mean? So to me, that meant I needed to drop the need to compare myself to others. So on my journey of learning how to heal myself, two things. One, I really dove in to learn and try to understand the concepts of wounded feminine energy and healed feminine energy. And also by trying to learn that more, I realized I needed to also understand masculine wounded and healed energy as well. And so really diving in deep to thinking back to the hunter-gatherer days, what was life like then? How did we get wired based off of those situations for, thousands and thousands of years? And how we were wired at that time, what has shifted into now the modern day, right? Because things are different. And so I really dove in and took a deep dive into educating myself on this, not judging it, which sometimes was very hard. Sometimes I would read something and I would automatically be like, that's not true. Trying to get out of that, right? This is not about being right or wrong. This is about understanding and learning about different perspectives and learning about different philosophies and thinking behind how we as humans have adjusted over time and how we might be wired. So that's one, taking that deep dive into the understanding, not what culture says that we should or should be doing, but what is the actual thing that we are doing, whether we consciously decided to do it or not. What are those things that are happening under the surface, right? That maybe people don't see. So that was one. Second was to take a deep dive into relearning and exploring who I am. What do I want? What do I desire? How am I different than maybe the me version 10 years earlier? How am I different now? And what are some of the things that are the same? So that is one example. The second is, again, not comparing myself to other people. So limiting my time on social media. If you're interested in this journey of learning how to heal yourself, one of the things that was very helpful for me was to get a handle on how I spend my time. And one of those was just limiting social media. If I was, looking at social media, every night during the week, trying to cut that back to 3 nights a week, then cutting it back to 2 nights a week. And so this was very important for me to help learn how to stay in my own lane. because my journey of healing isn't about anybody else. It is about who I am and what do I need and what is true for me. So I want to invite you, if you are on this journey as well, say this throughout the week. I'm going to stay in my own lane. If someone cuts you off on the road in traffic, acknowledge it. Say, that person just cut me off and I'm going to stay in my own lane. Let's say somebody says that they're going to do something and they fall through. You just say, okay, that person didn't follow through on their commitment and I'm going to stay in my own lane. And words are very important in many of these things. Words have different meanings to different people. And one thing that I found that was helpful is to stop using or minimize the use of the word but. So instead of saying, that person cut me off, but I'm going to stay in my own lane, but is more of a defensive mode word. It's a protection. Whereas the word and is more of an open word. And so I've started to say what happened and then follow it up with, and I'm going to stay in my own lane. And if you want to elevate your practice, say it with a smile, because a smile registers to your brain that you're safe and that while something may have been uncomfortable, things are okay. It's like someone asking, hey, how are you doing? And instead of just saying, oh, I'm just fine, saying something like, actually, I'm not okay, but I'm going to be okay. I just used the word but, so I just counter. Especially if something comes up that triggers you, or maybe you're scrolling on Facebook and you see that photo of a friend that's traveling all over the world. You can say, hey, they're getting to travel and I'm going to stay in my own lane. So I hope this was helpful and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.